Hey guys, coming to you with this video to answer some questions that you guys had asked on my post on Facebook on different things and applications that you wanted to see for makeup. So I'm really just going to go through full glam. Feel free to fast forward through the video, as I know that it'll be a little longer than a lot of tutorials because I really want to take the time to explain it well so that you can do it at home. So fast forward to the specific question that you were curious about if you're not interested in the whole full glam process. To start, I want to talk about just priming your face. Great makeup just really starts with the skin underneath. If you don't take care of your skin underneath, makeup doesn't really look good on it regardless. So I want to encourage you guys to just always start with a freshly clean canvas. I'm going to post a picture here so you can see the steps that I do every single day. I try to wash my face every morning and every night. I have different steps that I do in the evening, like adding an anti-aging cream that I can sleep in. And in the morning, I like to add a vitamin C serum to protect my pores throughout the day. So my process is to wash my face really good. I like to use a microfiber cloth first to take off. Like at night, I use it to take off the makeup. In the morning, I just use it to dry out any oil that's on my face. Then I use face wash it in really good, rinse it off really well. I like to use a toner. I use the Tea Tree line of face wash, and I've used their face wash, toner, lotion, and masking system for a couple years now. But as I am getting a little bit older, the steps that I'm using are changing a little bit to a few different products. I want to encourage you that investing in a good line of face wash is one of the best investments you can make. Drugstore face wash really does kind of strip out a lot of people's skin. It's not great for every skin tone. And you don't have to buy the most expensive face wash, but try some different lines and see what your face responds to the best. You want your face to just feel really hydrated, feeling smooth, pores looking small. I tend to get really dry patches that flake if my skin is not hydrated enough. So it took me a while to find the right line that worked best for my face. So right now I'm using the Tea Tree face wash, and then the Tea Tree toner. I have added some witch hazel to the bottle. You can order it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, and it's a drying agent, and I tend to break out, and so the witch hazel into my toner does help dry out any pimples and acne that I do get. Then in the morning, like I said, I use a vitamin C serum. Our pores are really just like open to all the pollutants that float around in the air as you're walking around. The wind blows, you get dirt, you get smoke, you get all different pollutants that just trap into your pores because you don't have anything protecting them. And vitamin C serum does add a layer of protection for our pores to help keep them nice and clear. And I use the e.l.f. brand. It is very inexpensive. You can get it at Walmart, and I really love it. It's also an extra layer of moisture because really moisturized skin is the best skin to put makeup on. And then the last thing that I do is I apply a face lotion. As I said, I was using the Tea Tree line lotion, and the esthetician just kept saying, your face is really dry still, and it's just absorbing every product I'm putting on just so fast, and I could just keep adding it and it would just keep absorbing. So I ended up buying the Lyra lotion from my esthetician that I had been seeing, and I don't think you can buy it anywhere besides a spa. You might look into it. I'm really enjoying it, but when this is gone, she's moved, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start trying different face lotions, though, to get one that's way more hydrating than the Tea Tree had been for me. I also mask about once a week. I think that's really great for our skin and to help keep our pores nice and small. Start your face nice and clean. Let it get good and dry. I like to wait, 5 or 10 minutes before I put on any product so that all the lotion and products that I've put on really have time to absorb into the skin. So wash your face, go drink a cup of coffee, do your hair first, whatever, just let the product sit and absorb, and then you're ready for your makeup. To start, we are going to conceal any areas that we don't like. Red blemishes, bumps, dark circles under the eye. I get dark circles on the inside of my nose for some reason. Looks like someone punched me in the face. And you're gonna do that with concealer. You want a damp beauty blender sponge for adding this. Shape Tape by Tarte is a great concealer. It's pretty expensive though, and so I like to use for every day the e.l.f. concealer. It's 16-hour camo concealer, and it is actually a dupe for the Shape Tape. The difference is that this e.l.f. concealer does dry very fast, so you have to work in small areas on the face. So if you want to do under eyes, just do one eye first and then put the concealer under the other one and go from there. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to conceal the imperfections on my face, dab it in with the pointed end, the smaller end of the Beauty Blender, and we'll go from there. You'll notice that I just put the concealer on top of my eyelid as well. This saves us a step later on in our makeup process and acts as an eyeshadow primer. If you are older gal, you'll notice that we're starting to get more lines on top of our eyes, more fine lines under the eye. This concealer really helps to just be a base so that our eyeshadow doesn't set as much into the creases that we have in the eye, and it saves you from having to buy another expensive product like the eyeshadow primer that they do have out there, which I use sometimes for big events, but for every day, I just like to go ahead and bring my concealer up on top of my eyelid as well. All right, so do I even need foundation? Because I've basically just concealed my entire face. I want you guys to know that if you have red patches of like rosacea on your cheeks, you should use a green concealer that cancels out any redness that you have in your face. My nose is a little sunburned from being outside the last few days when it's been really sunny, but I wouldn't do a green concealer on this because it's not necessarily what I'm talking about. For other concealer though, you just want to pick 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation. This gives it a brightening effect when you're using it under the eye, and if you want to use it later for some big contour, you would want it to be a nice bright color. You don't want to go too white though. You just really need 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation. So I always recommend buying your concealer in the store so that you can swatch them and see which one's the best for you. Next, we're gonna go ahead and go on to our foundation. There's 2 different ways that you can apply foundation that I really like. The first one is with a foundation brush. I just have done this in the last 6 or 8 months or so, been using this brush, and I do like it. It makes it feel a little heavier to me. So I do like to use it if I have some big event where I kind of want my makeup to be, you know, a little more full coverage. For day to day, I just really do like to use the damp Beauty Blender. The key to applying good foundation is to ultimately let the foundation warm up a little bit before you put it onto your face so that it can blend out really nice, really easily. Another thing that you can use to really enhance any foundation that you use is a liquid illuminator, and you just add a little dot of this in with your foundation and it really gives it a brightening effect. I've tried lots of different ones. I like them all. I'm currently using the Becca brand illuminator because my sisters gifted it to me for my birthday. They found this at Marshall's. I'm a super fan. Foundation wise, I have tried a lot of different foundations. There's some that I really, really like, but there are some really expensive ones that I like, and I don't want to use those every day because I'm poor. So I like to use for every day, and the ones that I have in my kit, because they have been duped for some of the best foundations out there, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. They have lots of colors. This bottle's literally like $3 or $4. You can order it online. You can find them at Walmart. A lot of different drugstores do have them. So for every day, and even for my makeup kit with clients, I do like to use the Photo Focus. So what I'm gonna do is just add it to the back of my hand like this. And we're gonna let it just be warming up for a minute before we apply it to our face. This helps it, like I said, just rub in better. A little dot of the illuminator. And then mix it in. With my Beauty Blender sponge that I'm going to use, my favorite method for applying foundation is to kind of tap it in more than rubbing it out. I do some rubbing after I've dabbed it into all my pores, really fill them in. So the excess from my finger from rubbing it in, we're going to start dabbing on some foundation here. Okay, foundation is done. The next thing I like to do is my eyebrows, because I don't think anything that I do to my face looks good until my eyebrows look good. I have terrible eyebrows. I want to talk to you guys about my favorite eyebrow pencil. I have tried all sorts of eyebrow pencils to tame these fuzzies on my face. My favorite product is the Benefit line of eyebrow pencils. They have one that is a very fine tip, almost like a pencil type lead that you can twist up. And that pencil would be great for people that have thin eyebrows. You can really draw defined definition, draw on the little tiny hair fibers. If you have naturally very light eyebrows and you want to draw some little lines like more eyebrow hairs. But I have kind of a lot of eyebrows. They're wild and they're patchy because I over tweezed for so many years. So I like the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, which is a little bit thicker of a pencil. It is kind of a triangular point, skinny at the top, fatter at the bottom. You can still get your perfect line and then fill in a bigger area with the wider tip. This pencil is a little bit more and closer to the $20 range, but this one pencil will last me 7 months. I don't even buy 2 a year generally. I've been using it for years and I usually just buy one every 6 or 7 months. So it is a great, bang for your buck. I can't speak to how long the thinner pencil one would last because I don't know if it has as much pencil in it. But the bigger one, the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, lasts me a long time. So I highly recommend. So for my eyebrows, what I do is I start by drawing in the line that I want on the outside of the eyebrow, the shape that I want, and then I go back through and I fill it in. So because I have patches that are missing right here on this inside corner, I'm going to just make my line where I would want my natural eyebrow line to be if I had perfect brows. Like so, got it going up to my arch that I want. And then I'm just gonna go through and fill in the rest of my eyebrow. If you have, patches on the top that are missing, you would then wanna use your pencil and draw the outside line as well. But because my outsides are pretty good, I usually just draw in the bottom line to give me that shape and then fill them in. The Goof Proof Brow Pencil is nice because one end has the pencil and the other side has a blending brush so that you can brush out excess color and really get a nice defined shape as well as like a tapered off look so it's not so harsh all the way over. It's much more natural when you can brush it out. Okay? This is how I like to do my brows. Love it, hate it. Do you? They don't look so large and in charge when I have full glam on. So, gonna do the other one. Be right back. And if you overdraw it a little bit, feel free to go back with your beauty blender and just clean up the line so that you don't have a dark shadow above your eyebrows. So that's how I do mine. I keep a fluffier eyebrow pencil, fluffer thing, my very technical name for it, on hand because it is more fluffy and I think brushes out the brow nicer than the little brush on the pencil. I do use a brow gel on my eyebrows as well, but I use that after I'm done so that I don't get any makeup, dust into it and change the color of my brows. And I do set them later on, and I'm gonna talk to you about that again in a minute. Stay tuned. The next thing I'm gonna go into is contouring. I had a lot of you ask how to contour, and I'm just gonna show you an everyday contour that you can just have, not necessarily the giant over the top contour, because really we don't need to do that very often, especially in quarantine. But a great place to start would just be a soft, natural contour that you can just be trying out while you're in lockdown until you get the hang of it. And then we can go to the next level, which is way more steps. But this is easy contour. What you want is a short, stiff contouring brush. And then I like to use a softer, fluffier brush as well. To start, I use a couple different colors, and the ones that I'm gonna be using today are out of my NARS palette. I love this palette because it has a lot of shades of blush. I like to change my blush for whatever I'm wearing, however I'm feeling. And then it does come with one really nice contouring bronzer color. The other one that I'm using is just a Rimmel London pressed powder that someone with a darker skin tone would use. So this isn't even like a bronzer or a contouring powder. It's just literally pressed powder for like darker girls. So you can go and, find a shade darker than the foundation that you use and get that for your contour as well. This is lighter than the one that is in the NARS palette. I start with my dark contour for my really harsh lines that I'm then gonna blend out. And then I use my lighter shade to just really use my fluffy brush and bring it all together. So what you're gonna do, to contour, you want to go right under your cheekbone, on your jawline, temple, and nose. And actually under your lip. And I have another brush that I use for under my lip. I have so many brushes, but just use what you have. Under the cheekbone, jawline, temple, nose, you do the side and underneath. Doing underneath your nose gives it nice lift. Doing the sides of your nose, make your nose disappear. Boys like girls that have no nose. All right, it's on there pretty dark now. Doesn't look natural at all, but that's okay. We're gonna blend it out now. I go ahead and get some of the lighter color bronzer that I use and go over it, doing circular motions, really diffusing it and blowing it out into a bigger area. When you do your chin, make sure that you're blending it downward onto the neck. You don't want a harsh, dark line right there. It's better without earrings on. You're also going to use it now and continue going in your hairline all the way around with this lighter color, connecting the dark temples together, getting it right up into the hairline. With contour, the bright parts of your face that you want to see are in this middle area above the eyebrows right there, the bridge of your nose, little parts of your face here, above your lip and your chin. Keeping those areas light and bright really give you that like cut, defined, glowing look that you see. And it's just really all about blending. I spend so much time just blending makeup. It's ridiculous. The next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is my eyeshadow. A lot of you wanted to see a smoky eye, and I'm gonna do a more natural look that I would do every day, but I will include the different darker to lighter shades. If you're starting out doing eye makeup, and even like me, I like to use these sometimes if I'm using very dark colors, because as you're applying the eyeshadow from the brush, you will get some fallout onto your face, and this is terrible. And it's like you have this nice bright look going on right now. We've just done our contour, we're so bright. Then the dark falls out from the brush onto this, and then you try to dust it off, but you just end up with dark lines. You can order a huge pack of these on Amazon very inexpensively. And I recommend it if you're going to be doing a lot of dark colors, or even while you're practicing. It does help give you a nice shape so you can't go below it, you know, and get it too far out. They just peel off on the back. They're sticky, and you just stick it under your eye where you want to have an area to work. And then you just do your makeup, and when you're done, you can peel it off, and it works. Works really nice. Gives you a nice shape. They are very sticky though, so I like to stick them on my hand, get some of the sticky off so that it doesn't peel off the makeup I've just done. I'm going to use these to show you how you can use them. And I actually have so many that if you want to try one, drop your address and I will mail you one, a set to try. They feel weird. It makes your eye look weird and bulgy if you're old like me, but it's okay. It's gonna look better. Key really is to lining them up even on both sides so that it's like your wing. This is gonna be a wing. So now I look really nice, ready to start some eyeshadow. The number one brush that I would recommend you invest in, if you can take me seriously with these, is a blending brush. This is your best friend for eyeshadow. This is how you get a very nice diffused look on the edges so you don't have just the harsh line. You can really blend it out. I use it so much. Number one thing. I like having some shorter bristled brushes that are firm, longer bristled brushes that are soft. I also like having some really small, fine brushes that you can do a lot of nice detail with, especially under your eyes. You can invest in any makeup brush kit. They usually come with a nice variety. And if you go to like Ulta, you can buy actually individual brushes without buying a whole kit. So if you're like, well, I have some of those, but I don't have the blending brush, just stop in to Ulta online, I guess, since we can't go anywhere, and just click an individual brush. You can just buy one. So when I'm doing my smoky eye, the first thing I always do is make sure that my brush is cleaned off, because I don't clean them after I use them, and I don't want to have residue from the last color that I used. All right, first thing you want to do is pick a eyeshadow color that's similar to your skin tone, and we're going to just use that as a base color above the crease of our eye right here. We're going to just use it so that it's a nice line for us to work with. I'm using my Naked Heat palette because I just love red eyeshadow. I think with my skin tone, reds look really nice. So this isn't a super dark color, it's just pretty nude, and it just helps blend out the eyeshadow that we're gonna do as well. All right, once you get your nude color on, you can go ahead and add it under your eyes as well, just on the outside corner. We're creating that wing. And even if you aren't using these things, I still do the same process, and you can just blend it out with your blending brush to diffuse it. I'm using a fluffy brush to apply this color. And then you want to go ahead and use your blending brush and just blend out the corners a little bit. Next, I'm going to use a short bristled firm brush and go with my darkest color that I want to use for my outside of my eye. This is going to start the smoke look, and you want to just go basically from where the color of your eye, is that your iris? I feel like I need to go back to school. Where it is and out. And I like to do several coats of the dark, like really just pack it on, because again, you're gonna blend it off. And I go to where I want the top of my dark to be. I like to go above the crease. It helps camouflage hooded eyes, wrinkles in your eyes, to go above it. Gives it a softer look, smoother look anyway. Next, I want to decide what color I want to use for the inside corners of my eye. You want this to be a very light, bright color. I like to go with any kind of white or like champagne colored for all my smoky eyes almost. If you're doing a brown smoky eye, you might want to use like a nude color. I'm gonna do a nude color. This you want to do on the very inside. Again, up to where the colored part of your eyeball is if you're looking straight on. Iris, it has to be the iris. Okay, and now you want to pick a nice warm color that's not super dark, not super light, as your middle color that's going to help blend and transition to make a smooth, flawless ombre effect from the lighter to the darker. And I don't really know how this is going to look because I haven't used these colors together, but we're going to try it out, what I think I want to do. right up the middle, connecting both colors that you've already done together. So I'm just layering on a bunch of different colors because I don't know what color I really want the middle to be. Wasn't digging the first choice I had, wasn't digging the second choice, so now I'm going with a third choice. And this is how we make up. You just keep going. You can make anything, you can fix anything. So it's like painting, just try to really nicely blend the two colors, the lighter to the darker, really seamlessly. You want to make sure that you're getting the nice arch that you want. However, when you look back, where do you want your top eyeshadow to be at? Think about it with your lashes and everything done as well. I also like to use the middle color that I've just used to connect both sides and do a little bit on my outside here. And I'm going to use that when I blend out all the colors. Now, for your blending brush, your favorite tool. I like to start with my lighter color first. I like to blend in circular motions, cleaning it off between each use so you don't get dark eyeshadow over there. Go to the middle, blend out the top and down. And then lastly, do your dark color. Make sure you're pulling it up into the middle color. And honestly, I sometimes want to go back and add a little more dark because I feel like it blends a lot of it out the first round. Hopefully you can see the blend. Next, I'm going to use a very small, fine brush, and I'm going to duplicate the colors that I did on top in the same order on the bottom. I'm really liking using this instead of eyeliner for everyday glam, but I will show you some eyeliner since several of you asked about it. But I go ahead and start and do my eyeshadow with it first. This helps fills in any fine lines that you have under your eyes where the eyeliner might run into it. This helps be like a primer. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take these off so I can see what I need to blend out still. Looks pretty wild because we haven't done the rest of our makeup, but now you really just wanna, again, blend. You don't want such a harsh line right there. Go ahead and blend it out a little more. I like to blend under my eyes too. Don't be afraid of having the eyeshadow not just on top of the eyelid. The look is really nice when it extends out a little bit. It gives you a more high glam look. It gives you more of a skilled look. Makes your eyes look bigger. Favorite tool. If you want to get wild and like bedazzle your eye a little bit, you can go in with a popping color. I'm going to do some gold. And I'm just doing a nice straight line where my wing is. Might do a little dot of it on the inside. All right. Next, you're going to want to highlight your brow bone because this looks a little weird. You can use any highlighter that you want. I have one that I got on Amazon called Ubub, and it is actually a really bright, fun, inexpensive highlighter. Love to use it on my eyes because it's so bright. And I just highlight my brow bone. You also want to use highlighter on the inside corner of your eyelid and up onto your nose. This gives you a very eye brightening effect. And then one more time, we're gonna blend. I've already lost some of you because you're like, this is way too much work. It's true. Hopefully you can see a nice seamless blend that we've created just by taking a little bit of time to blend in between each step. And I'm still blending. I'm always blending. I have to forcibly make myself stop blending. All right, for those of you that wanted to see eyeliner, I'm gonna show you how I like to do mine. If this is not what you were wanting to see, feel free to let me know what exactly you're wanting to see for the eyeliner, and I will make a shorter eyeliner only video and send it directly to you. I like to use a pencil eyeliner on my bottom eyelids, and I like to have a pencil that has a smudger on it, and I like to use liquid eyeliner on the top. I think it's very hard to use a pencil on the top. My husband's like, why is this taking so long? I just go right along my lash line. And again, I only go over about to where the color of my eye starts. I do not go all the way. And then I use my smudger and pull it over a little farther than that. I like to use a very dark colored eyeshadow and go over the dark eyeliner that I just did so that it doesn't run into my fine lines. If you want really bright eyes and bigger eyes, I like to use nude eyeliner on my waterline instead of adding dark. Dark eyeliner on the waterline does give the eyes an appearance of them being smaller. And then I like to do the top. The secret to an easy cat eye is to use the line that we've kind of already made with our eyeshadow, but go up from the bottom of your eye, start with the pen kind of pointed down, and just draw a little line upwards where you would want your cat eye to go to. If you want a big cat eye, you want to draw it up farther. If you just want a little bitty point, just draw a little tiny dash. Play around until you see what size cat eye that you want to do. All right, when you've drawn your line up, you now want to just use the top part of the line that you've just made and connect it over on top of your eyelid along the lash line. And then one more time with your blending brush, when the eyeliner is dry, you can just dab on the eyeliner to get rid of any harsh line. Now we're ready to finish our face with some blush and highlight. We're almost done here. Pick your favorite blush color and go along your cheekbone and a little onto the apples of your cheek. Again, blending your contour in with your blush. Then we're gonna highlight just above the cheekbone on the outside. I'm using my favorite highlighter, which is the Tarteist Pro Glow palette, because it has multiple colors in it and it has some really nice highlighting colors in it too. You also want to do a little bit of highlight on your temple, right above your eyebrow on the outside, giving it that glowy look, and then a little bit on the tip of your nose. If I'm going to do like a bright red lip or something, I also like to use a little bit of the highlighter right there. Just anywhere you want to glow, really. I'm not doing a bright lip today, so. And then when I'm all done with all of the powders on my face, I like to use a big floofy brush and just go over everything, knock off any excess. Another layer of blending them all together. I'm gonna go ahead and use the brow setting gel that I was talking to you about. This is great for people that have long eyebrow hairs and if they like tend to fall down, which mine do. This is like almost like hairspray for your eyebrows. It just sets them in place and they'll stay there all day. If you have very fine eyebrows, this dark brown gel would just be another layer of color. But if you don't want your eyebrows to be darker, they actually have it in clear as well. Now we're going to do eyelashes. If you're gonna wear false lashes, you want to do your bottom mascara first before you apply your false lashes so that you can really get it to the corners. If you are not gonna wear false lashes, just do your mascara however you like to do it. I am super loving this Buxom waterproof mascara. It has a nice fluffy brush and it really makes your eyelashes look so full. I don't have any eyelashes, so this has been like life-changing. And I'm going to talk about fake eyelashes. Nobody asked about them specifically, but in case I have some stragglers that want to comment on the post wanting to know how to do it, I'll tell you how I do it. My favorite lashes, and I've tried a ton of them because I am an almost everyday lash wearer, is the Kiss brand lash you can buy at Walmart. I like them because they look so natural, and also because the band that holds the lashes to it, it's like a string. It's very thin. I hate the eyelashes that have the very thick plasticky band. I think they're very hard to work with. I think they're very hard to apply. If you've tried fake lashes before and you're like, I didn't have great success, I would ask if it was because it had like a thick plastic type band holding all the hairs on, or if it was like a little string. These are very flexible, very easy to work with. The second key to having an easier time applying fake lashes is the glue. The glue that comes in the kits at Walmart, or that you can buy at Walmart, it's not great. It doesn't hold great all day. I love the velour I use it in clear because I don't always wear black eyeliner, but if you do always wear black eyeliner, they sell it in black as well. This holds all day. You're not gonna have to worry about like one of your corners falling off or losing an eyelash. Even when I, cried and things, they have stayed on with this glue. It's not waterproof, but it holds really well. I take my lashes off every single night. I can use one pair of lashes for a week to 10 days, one set. And that's just because I take them off every night. I pull them from the inside out or the outside in. When I'm taking them off, I don't grab them from the middle. When I'm taking them off the plastic thing that they come on, same thing. Try to pull it from one side to the other. Don't grab it for the middle, or the outside lashes sometimes stay stuck and peel off. You want to start by measuring the eyelash, just laying it naturally on your lash line before you put any glue on it to make sure that it's not too big for your eye. I have a giant eye, so these could actually be a little bit bigger for me, but alas, they aren't, so I just have to go with what it is. Apply your little stripe of glue to the lash, and you want to let it dry for several seconds. You want it to be tacky, not wet. If it's wet, when you put it on, it'll move around, and then you're going to have glue everywhere. If it's tacky, it's going to kind of stick right where you put it. And I start with the inside by attaching the inside lash and then laying it over across my lash line. This is the tool that they used to sell with the eyelash kits. They don't sell them anymore. I love it because it has a pointed, tapered off edge, which is great for sticking the corners down really well. And then it has a flat, like it's flat in the middle, kind of like the brow pencil we used for doing the whole band. Since they don't make these anymore, I actually tell clients to get a cuticle pusher that has the same shape. Keep it only for applying lashes. You don't want to get cuticle dirt into your eye. That's gross. So just get one just for your eyes. Keep it up with your, eyeliners and whatever so that you have it. And then once you get it attached across it, you want to push your natural lashes up into it. While it's drying, you can go ahead and set your makeup. I really love the Lancome Fix It and Forget It setting spray. It's what I use on all my clients. It's by far the best setting spray I've ever used. It's a super fine mist, and it really does lock in your makeup all day. It's great for big events. If you're getting married and you want to invest in a setting spray, I would invest in that. One bottle really will last you a long time. But again, it is expensive to buy. I want to say it's $45 for the bottle. I've recently tried this for Mossy Makeup Time Locker, and I'm really a fan of this for everyday setting. I don't set my makeup every day, but I'm going to suggest it to you guys just as another layer if you want to wear this out. If you're going to go to dinner or go on a date when we come out of quarantine, you might want to set your makeup so it just really lasts and stays so flawless all day. You just hold it away from your face, maybe a foot, and then spray it on and let it dry. So now we're letting the setting spray dry. We're letting the lash glue dry. While that's going on, I'm going to do my lips. All right, so everything's done. We're just going to use some mascara on our top lashes. If you've applied false lashes, you just want to make sure that you're pushing your natural lashes up into the fake eyelashes very gently so you don't rip them off. But this helps you not have like a line. Camouflages that these are fake. All right, there we go. You have full glam, contour, smoky eye. Your husband's gonna wonder where we're going. We're not going anywhere. We just look awesome. So thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, let me know. I have nothing else to do besides this. So have the best day.